Hey, check this out. It just came to me. I just had to. So it's a couple minutes, okay? Listen, I was watching the live, right? I was on one of Boosie lives that he had, it might have been a couple of weeks ago or something like that. But it was during holidays, right? He had a live. The live was there. Um, I want my dick sucked. I just want to see them lips. And he came on a live. I just want to see them lips. I ain't talking about no coochie. I want to see them lips, right? So it's like, got sexy lips. Come on a live and let me see them lips, right? So me being nosy, I want to see how this shit really go. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how this really go and how this really play out. You had women coming on the live with rooms full of children. You can hear the children and see the children in the background. The shit was so bad that he had to keep saying something to them about it. Like, there's some predator like shit. I can see and hear the kids. They got on a live, okay, to discuss with this man about how good their lips was, to show their lips, that type of thing, and show little stuff if they sucking it or whatever, whatever little, just to show off their lips, because this is what he asked for, okay? So me, I'm only on there because I'm, like I said, I just want to see what fame and money make you do. You understand? Because we're conditioned that way. We just want to be a part of something so bad. Because if you never had nothing, you do anything to have something because you're so pressed to be a part of something. Okay, never realizing that these people actually got a talent and a skill that got them to where they're at. They just didn't get there because they just got there because no. Anyways, I watched these women come on. Okay, a lot of them was grown women. Then we had teenagers and little girls coming on there. Like, dog, the same way I'm looking at your little ass as a grown up, knowing that you a kid, this man do too. He like you're a whole kid. So he, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing. He didn't talk to them or nothing. He just like kicked them off his thing, kept it moving to the next one. But what I'm saying is though, these lives got cut out and he brought them back up. This went on for about, I don't know, an hour or two. There was no shortage of women in line getting on that live to show their lips, even willing to suck his right there. If he probably wanted it done on the live, they would have been ready to do it. Now, see, I'm not here to talk about nothing because I ain't got no issues about what Boosie was doing because see, he wasn't out there looking for no kids. He was talking to grown ass women, and these grown ass women was more than happy to comply with whatever he wanted because of who he is. So I don't got no issue with that. But what I was looking at was the fact that they came on there to do this with this man with children, and he had to correct them. I could see your kids in the back. They was all in for it. If he never said nothing, so I want y'all to get the understanding of the mentality that we got out here that's norm. If this man never stepped in and said, hold on, you got your kids in the back. I can see your kids in the back. This is some old weird predator shit. You like you getting in the way of what I'm trying to play here. Like you getting in the way with that shit. If he never said nothing, them women had no problem doing anything in front of their kids. I seen this, and so did the rest of the public. So again, I just want to make this clear to you so you can start reality shifting. That predator and sick shit that y'all doing, it is a norm, bruh and sis. It is a whole norm. So you can start fronting anytime now. So when the fuck I say what I say about you aiming at the wrong people, just it's like a feel good thing to see another black person. Because fuck R. Kelly, they can throw that nigga in a hole for all I care. Like I said, R. Kelly is somebody I've been stopped listening to when CDs was still out. So, in saying that, for somebody to be able to go in our communities and do all of these things and this be out there like that, this is not something that just popped up. So, because your government is on a hot seat for all of our kids being trafficked and soliciting, and so many kids coming up missing and dead, they throw bullshit out to distract you about all of these other people, all of these famous people like R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. But the real problem of the urchins that they're using in our communities, our dumbass, goofy ass, grown ass black boys who's supposed to be men, but got mentally stuck and underdeveloped. This is who they use to target your kid. Ain't no stranger coming in there. So again, when you say all the things that you're saying about, all of this shit, hey, bruh, sis, please cut the fake bullshit. All right, y'all been going with this shit for a long time. a long, long time. This is something that you do. Let me tell you, if it wasn't, that man would not, or no other man, famous or not, would be able to come out. Because 20 or 30 years ago, if that shit would have went, if he would have in social media was like this and he would have came out, niggas would have been looking crazy. It would have been a big ass news thing. It would have been a big blast about how horrible and disrespectful and yada yada yada. Because that wasn't a norm then. Today, these things are a norm. This is nothing out the ordinary to see. Nothing. In the same way that them little young boys and them little grown ass goofy ass niggas, I'm sure a lot of them sitting back on there and they watch how these people who's famous and got all of this power and control and who could do things like this, they want to do that same thing. And guess who becomes the victim? Our children. Because there's no fucking grown women that these bitch ass niggas can go out here and do this shit with. They not motherfucking Boosie. Don't play with me, bitch ass nigga, or you dumb hoes, okay? They not Boosie. They not T.I. They not none of them niggas that you hoes is dying to have a chance with. They're not. They're regular everyday hood nigga. That's it. But they see this and they want that same thing. So I'm just throwing it out there so you can know that, you know what I'm saying? You're not about to play with me with that shit, dog. The thought pattern comes from a belief pattern. That's where the fucking actions come up. So if there's nothing wrong with some shit like that out in the public, tell me what the fuck y'all doing in your communities that's on the low. Because that's out in the open. It's out in the open. You understand what I'm saying? So while you trying to reality shift with all the bullshit and all of that, you can pause that shit, dog. We see it every day. Every day this happens. Every day. So you're not gonna tell me that we're living in some kind of great upstanding society where we're mentally okay and we got our shit together as adults. And anybody, I don't give a fuck how much money you got, could come out like, yo, I want my dick sucked. And you got over 1,000 or more women beating down the door to show you how good I can suck you off. You're not gonna tell me that something sick, low key, haven't been going on behind the scenes for a long, 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 long time. Because even the kids had no concern about who in the public would see them. Not a concern. Like I said, it's an Instagram live. So anytime y'all want to stop bullshitting around and playing and doing all of this shit that's in the way and get serious about life, we can do that. Because there's no way in hell that any person, I don't care who you are, could come out and they act something like that. You have thousands of grown, not children, grown ass women, all in, ready to do whatever you want. And this is not a norm in our everyday lives. You telling me that them women that got out there, they adopted that belief and they accepted that shit just like that off a whim? Yo, you stupid. Never took no time to learn nothing. So, in saying that, like I said, my man Boosie didn't do nothing wrong. He was doing his own little thing. He wasn't fucking with no kids or nothing. But kids tried to come on in and do that shit out in the open. He had to check them. So you're not going to tell me that all of a sudden now, how you doing, babe, that now it's a new thing for predators or weird shit like this in our community. This stuff been going on for anybody to feel comfortable and to feel like it's a norm or it's acceptable to do just that. That right there is a mentality. That is a belief. You have already, okay, so if you come right now and you like, yo, just because you got this or that, can you do this or that for me? And I'm all willing to do it. That's not something that I had that I just came up with that I was going, it was already there. I already have to get a belief that it's okay to do whatever I'm doing. That's an okay thing to do. So as I said before, Black people, this is just a thing to keep you aware, mental awareness. Please stop playing with yourselves and stop kidding and pretending because it's putting us behind. We at the back of the bus. I watched this. You can see this shit anywhere on social media. You can see it in your communities. You can see it in your families. And just because we front and cover it up, it's not getting us by. Faking it is not helping us to make it. So again, let me say this one more time in case you missed it. You're not shocked about R. Kelly. You're not disgusted and upset and just about R. Kelly. You're not. Because if the fuck you was, nigga, R. Kelly ass would have already been casket sharp when the fuck the government didn't do their job. Fuck them parents and all of that. As people who love and care about kids, his ass wouldn't have walked around that long. 20 something years later, now y'all want to talk about him. Well, let's talk about getting Trump ass up out of there and your whole Justice Supreme seat who's sitting up there doing all that weird shit too. Because you passed that. That don't mean anything to worry about some fucking R. Kelly. But R. Kelly wouldn't have got away with what he did. Bill Cosby or none of them white men that ain't being charged for none of that. Because they're not getting charged or nothing. They're sitting up on your highest seats in your government. They're not getting charged because your government is the problem. That is the problem. Because I guarantee you, if R. Kelly would have took his black ass out there and would have took their white kids, hey, R. Kelly ass would be doing life. He would have been doing life way back then, but he was doing it to black children. And we allow this shit to happen in our communities. None of y'all was concerned then when the parents took the money. Now, 20-something years later, hey, don't play with me. I don't like the reality shifting in the games because all that bullshit, Kanye, Bill Cosby, all of these people they throwing at you is a distraction and they all look just like you and you happy to jump on it. And you're missing that because you're not dealing with the real motherfuckers who's letting them out in our communities to do this shit and who's falsifying shit on people in the community who want to protect the kids. Get your shit together. Stop playing games. We've been playing at this shit for a long time. All this thug, hardcore shit y'all got going on. And y'all teach this to our kids. And I'm just telling you. It's right out in the open. So what I'm saying to you, you're not confused about it. These are norms. Dysfunctional norms that we have accepted in our homes first. Then it spreads to the community. Then spreads to society. Stop tricking yourself and playing. All y'all sit around talking about how you don't like people that mess with kids when 99% of the niggas you deal with throughout the DMV do just that. How many of y'all brothers out there who mentally underdeveloped can actually get a grown woman? Everybody don't got that gift. We not gonna sit here and play. Slim to none. You don't got no job. You uneducated. You don't got nothing going for you. The only thing you know how to talk is gibberish. You living in your mama's house or jumping from couch to couch. So what are the odds of you being able to play with a fleet of fucking grown women? Don't play with me, my nigga. That's the bulk of y'all. That's 85%, if not more. So who y'all playing with? What grown woman struggling with no money, out playing with niggas that ain't got nothing, ain't doing nothing? Where? Where they at? Where? Unless they're a crackhead, you don't have no fleet of women to play with. So you're not gonna tell me that you're going out there in your community with no job, bummy ass shit out there hustling and using your couple of dollars that you have that can only buy a fucking Happy Meal because you're barely making it. And that you out there with a fleet of motherfucking bad bitches like Boosie or somebody else who actually famous who could do this shit. No, you not. You out there with a fleet of fucking kids playing with. That is what they were doing to try to keep up with the top because they looking at these niggas trying to be like them. But they're not doing this with grown women. They're doing this with children. That's why you see all the kids out there trying to tell you how they suck and how they do all of this on Instagram and social media to get in, to be accepted in that, because it is a norm that is accepted in our homes, in our communities, because that's what we tell our kids. You're not doing that unless you get money. It don't matter if you selling yourself, if you selling drugs, we teach them this. So you're not going to tell me that all of a sudden in 2018 that you just realized that there's something wrong with what's going on in the community, because it's been going on. And to this day, as Black people, we keep those family secrets from that older slave generation. Oh, just pray on it, have self-control and all of this bullshit, but there's something wrong. And they allow it to go on for generation and generation and generation. And it carries on and it gets worse and worse and worse. You got to know with your common sense that if a state feels like at 17, it is okay for an adult to do whatever they want with them, that something is wrong. You understand? That something is wrong with the people that represent you and your community, that has power and control over your lives, because for some reason as Black people, we don't want to accept the reality that we done gave the government complete control over our lives and decide to be uninvolved and think that we're going to come out on the top or in the front and wonder why we still sitting at the back of the bus. We give somebody else power over our life and you think that their best interest is me and you. It's not. Their best interest is them. Trafficking children is a $1 billion industry. So you think they're in their white community stealing all of their white kids? No. They're in your Black community taking your Black kids, taking our brown kids, Spanish kids, foreign kids. They're not taking their white kids. So again, I'm not for our in a hole, and I mean that on everything I love. But what I am about is y'all facing the truth. Because R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, your senators, your congressmen, your police, and everybody else throughout your government agencies would not be able to rape and rob the citizens of America without the government assisting them, if you had people in your government that was representing you and your Black communities. If your Black ass was involved with what's going on in your community and who representing you, they not gonna feel that good about coming in and doing all of this bullshit, because they ain't gonna get that seat that they want. I'm trying to tell y'all something so we don't have to keep going in this deep dark hole, but y'all so caught up on the image and a little bit of crumbs that you got, you don't want to stand up. You stand up for all the wrong things, but can't stand up for nothing that means something. So I'm gonna say this one time, I'm gonna say it one time for y'all so y'all get this right. This thing that's going on with our children, it's with your government. Your government can't use their own people to come in and rob and rape our children. They got to use us. And we've been happy to oblige. Because guess what? We didn't take education seriously. We didn't give about being stable, having security. All we cared about was living on the image. Because the 80 babies like myself who's brought up in the media, everybody's following music and videos and the trends. Now you see the trends lead society today. That's the majority following that, which is poor people. So when you look at somebody that's famous and they can do all of these things with a fleet of women, you have none of those things that these people have. None of these things. Not one. So you want to do the same thing and duplicate that. You want to be able to have a bunch of chicks chasing you and all crazy about you, and you want to feel like a Mac and a player, but you can't do this with grown-ups. Who you doing it with? Y'all are doing this with the kids. Y'all been doing this with teenagers. Little girls that you find that's runaways. This is who you've been doing it with. Because you look at somebody who's famous, who has that power and control, who got women beating down the doors, chasing behind them. You want this. You want to be known. You want to be, this same very thing is bred into our mentality to duplicate in our families and our homes. So we got our Black brothers walking around calling their women bitches and hoes and beating on them, treating them 10 times worse, dogging out their families, not taking care of their kids, and at the same time confused about if they're man or woman, because many of them now, the DL thing is out there. They push that on y'all. Y'all walking around with half shirts and tank tops and little tight pants all the way with your butt hanging out. Come on. These are all trends. These are all things, these thoughts and these beliefs, these come from what you really hold, you value. So at any time, whenever y'all ready, we can stop bullshitting and get to work for real so that we can come up out of this shit. Or we're going to be really enslaved. And y'all just thinking that you're missing it and that it ain't going to be you. Or the poverty line has to keep going up to keep that 1% at the top. So definitely you coming down. But see, since you have no education, you know nothing about none of these things because you're not paying attention. As I said, our government pays triple, quadruple more than they would pay to actually house homeless people, to keep them in shelters. They get $3,000 a month, each person. $3,000 each person a month on a 31 day, $3,100, $100 a day. Now you tell me where it would take your government $3,000 to take $6,000 to take care of a family of two to assist them. It does not. But they got $6,000 to keep us homeless. These are the things that y'all don't pay attention to because you're uninvolved in your communities. But as Black people, if you was involved in your communities, there's some questions you would ask. Hold on. Why would we pay millions and millions, billions more dollars to keep these people homeless while you got Ben Carson giving away housing money back to the government? Why would you be doing this? You would ask these questions. But if you have no education and you have no knowledge of nothing and you're totally uninvolved with what your government is doing with full control over your life. Because if at any minute that you think that you get up every day and you free, you's a damn liar. You're not. They're walking away with our kids every day in the community. We don't know where the hell they're taking them to. Hundreds of kids a day, all throughout the DMV, United States of America. Y'all playing games. Y'all playing. You know that this is a norm. You know that this is acceptable. You know this is what you and your friends do. You know this. This is not something that I'm saying that you're unaware of. This is a normal thing that goes on. You understand what I'm saying? It is a normal thing. I'm just telling you, straight up. Until we get ourselves together and do better, this is what's going to keep going on. And when more and more and more and more of our kids come up missing, and then it lands on your front door, then you care. And what they do is to pacify you about the thousands and thousands of kids, because people out here raising hell about their kids coming up missing and their kids being sexually abused and these women being raped like this and nobody caring, right? So what they do is they throw some Black person at you to pacify you. And you niggas jumping through hoops. Fuck R. Kelly. I throw R. Kelly ass in a hole in you too. You tripping. Fuck R. Kelly. Listen, they can lock R. Kelly up. You niggas so upset about what he was when you knew it. Why the fuck R. Kelly still here today? I wouldn't shed no tears. I'm confused. Now, because it's something in the media, it's a bandwagon. So you all jump on it. So while you focused on R. Kelly, we're not focused on the real issues here. This is the same thing with Kanye and your president. Same thing with Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was hit with half your fucking senators, and he actually got on the justice seat after the lady did a polygraph and everything, so they fully aware that he actually did rape her. But he's your Justice Supreme. You not a, see, none of you niggas on no uproar, ready to go down there, you know what I'm saying, ready to go talk to your representatives, get involved, because you concerned about your kids? Hey, dog, we right here, right here. Hey, when they took that, they got us. Y'all are fucked up mentally. There's no other way to say that. You tripping. You tripping. And after they dealt with Bill Cosby, then nobody talk about him no more. After they gonna do R. Kelly, ain't nobody gonna talk about it. So they'll find another Black person to throw out there at you. But why they throwing all of these Black people at you? Because them motherfuckers could go to jail. Ain't nobody tripping about them. We know that this man did the wrong thing 20 or more years ago. Who the fuck would still be focusing on him while our children are coming up missing in our communities? And while you asking for your government to step up and do their job and to be accountable and responsible, that's what they throw for you. And that's better than dealing with everything that we face. Come on, people, that's all I'm saying. Wake up. That's bullshit. Wake up. It is a distraction. They can throw his ass in a hole, and if anybody upset about it, I really don't care. Give two shits about R. Kelly. But I do care about the children in the communities, especially our Black children who all the odds are against. So you're not going to sit here and try to make it like you don't know, this is new to you. You know people that do this, and it's been a norm. And until we step up and stop doing this little secret shit, this is what's going to happen. And it's going to continue to happen. And I'm just going to be the one to be straight up and honest with you. It's bullshit. Get involved in our communities and stand up for our children.